This is Sebastian Vidal Martinez for Fight Club Rush here with Glenn Mcveigh, who faces the Nigerian Jaguar Basi Adesanya at FCR 15, February 25th. And I guess I gotta say, welcome back, but soon it will be welcome home, as you have taken quite the liking to Sweden as of recently, and we're glad to have you back in FCR. You always bring it. You always bring a great energy and fun fighting style. How do you feel heading back here to your third FCR fight?
Oh man, how are you, Sebastian?
Well, despite the minus my knee, I'm doing pretty well. Pretty well.
Yeah, no, I absolutely can't wait. And I love Sweden so much, bro. You know I love Sweden. How many
Yeah.
times have you heard me say I love Sweden? But
Ever
yeah,
since your pro debut against Muhammad Mukayev, I think you started saying it then.
nice. Well, under the current circumstances, um, me and Bilal, bros, it's time to actually enjoy the full experience without, being mindful and fearful that, there's some Chechen warriors after you. Instead of this time, it's, I'm with the Chechen warriors. You know what I mean?
And how did that come about? Because I mean, I know that he sort of extended an olive branch after you guys' rematch, but then we didn't really hear a whole lot, and I think a lot of people thought that it was just a respectful sort of token of appreciation afterwards. But when did the actual concrete work start happening? Because it seems like you will be moving to All Stars in like for reals.
Well, I thought about that myself. I was like, how is this even coming to fruition? But I think it's when you spend 30 minutes in intense warfare with someone. It's like there's this new level of human understanding and psychological kind of synchronization. It's like I know him more than I feel like I know a lot of people, most people. And
Mhm.
I think that's why when people are in MMA gyms, you see like they get so close to each other like brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, we've actually tried to cause a lot of harm on each other, and we've had a lot of it's been a chaotic past with that one person. But now I feel super close to him, like he's my brother. You know what I mean? I can't wait to go over and train and learn, soak all the information in from All Stars. They're absolutely, they're one of the best gyms in the world, if not the best gym in the world. So I can't wait to just soak in all the information. I'm super appreciative for them to
Well,
open up.
the best relationships, they don't come out of just smooth sailing. Usually there's a little bit of adversity or some kind of hard stuff that sort of brings about the best kind of relationships. But what's your like travel schedule looking like then? Are you planning on like moving all your stuff over to Sweden, or are we talking more sort of extended fight camps in Sweden?
Um, I'm not really sure. I kind of see life as like I just want to experience. I want to have an adventure in every single, everything's kind of crazy for me, but that's the way I like it. I feel like I excel in the turmoil. So I'm not sure. I like Sweden a lot. The last time I was like, I don't know, I might come for a bit longer next time. This time it's 5 weeks, and I might stay. I might do something. I might train. I absolutely love it there. You know what I mean? I love the culture, and to be able to be close to such an elite level group of guys as well would be phenomenal. So I think I can excel and just keep fighting and keep winning. And this is gonna be something special. I can't wait.
And so, looking at your future FCR career or fights coming up, you're 1-1 in the promotion right now. You had obviously a dazzling debut against Mr. Sarusto. You got him out of her in the first round. And then obviously, then there was a rematch with Bilal, which I guess under now friendly circumstances might feel a little bit different. But how do you look back at that rematch? Because heading into it, tensions were kind of high. All that stuff is behind you now. But I mean, I imagine that it was a bit of a different build up than some of your other fights.
Yeah, it was an emotional one. I usually try and disassociate with emotions as much as possible, but it started to really get to me around fight time. There was a lot of other stuff going on in my life at that point, and I just needed to fight. I wanted to fight so bad. I wanted to get out some sort of. It was going to be a release, and it was everything I thought it was going to be. It's still, I said it after the fight, but I'll say it now. That was the most enjoyable experience I've ever had in my life. It was everything I wanted it to be. It was a war. I felt exhausted. I felt challenged. You know what I mean? I asked him to bring me a war for a long time, and he did, and he's a special talent. So to be able, I feel like I've grown so much from that experience as a human being and as an athlete and as a warrior, and my mindset's completely different. When I got back home, there was two avenues to take. There was one where I was going to feel sorry for myself, maybe, take a break, maybe just look to work, make some money, move out, get my own house, stuff like that. And then there was the other one where it was going to push me forward to keep challenging myself. And I worked the last month. I did like 90 hours a week, and I got a 24/7 gym membership. Been going to the gym 1 in the morning till 4 in the morning, sleeping till like half 6, 7 in the morning, up working again, 3 different jobs. Just I'm putting everything into it, and I'm in the best physical and mental condition I can be in. And Jesus, that experience, that was phenomenal. You know what I mean? It was so good.
Well, you've been a busy bee, a true Irish workhorse. That's definitely for sure. And I imagine that that is a type of mentality that's going to be very appreciated at All Stars because they're all hard workers. Their training sessions are kind of legendary in Sweden for just really pushing, just the physical limits of their fighters. Have you heard any sort of, behind the scenes stories about the training that goes on there? And what has been your sort of outside looking in mentality?
I think it's the wrestling mentality. I went to my friend Matthew Elliott's wrestling gym, Barbarians, and his coach Stuart. Oh my goodness, I showed up for a few sessions and he just broke me every time. He would break me. He would have me tied to a harness, just shooting, shoot, 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 shoot. And at some point, you're just like, I'm physically like broken. But I think what it does to the mind, what that does to the mind is something special. And them guys, they have it. And I'm sure in every single workout, you don't understand. Like my entire body is shaking with excitement right now. I can't wait to get into that. And I can't wait to feel like I'm gonna die every single day. I just want to be in the gym. I just want to train. I just want to work hard. And
Well, it sounds like you're going to fit in perfectly.
yes, hopefully I just blend in with the wall. You know what I mean? One more maniac psycho training.
Well, you might have to do some to blend in properly. You might need to work in the facial hair a little bit, at least get the beard going. But there's time for
I give a shout out to Eunice, my barber. I'm trying my best to grow a beard, but it's not. I can't get one as beautiful and luscious as yours. You know what I mean?
that. Well, that's the Mexican genes that keeps it running strong. We got good hair on that side of the family.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what is your background? You know what I mean? Are you Mexican? I assume you get the interest in fighting from your Mexican, but your other stuff. You know what I mean?
Swedish dad, Mexican mom. So I get the finances from my dad and the fighting from the mom. So
Yeah. You look Italian though. What's going on with that?
I get all over the place. People think I'm Balkan. People think I'm Italian. Some people think I'm Russian. So yeah, one of those can blend into anything kind of people. It's easy to make friends.
That's it. Well, we're friends.
Yeah, well, and looking ahead, where you're facing off someone who might be friends afterwards, but heading into it, I'm sure it won't be that way. Vasi Adesina, who had a great year in Fight Club Rush last year, 3 straight wins, 2 via knockout. You guys both competed on the Stockholm card. Did you have a chance to see his fight and sort of the way that he fights, and what do you make of him?
He is he is a he's an interesting guy. He's very explosive, very, very, very skilled, very hard hitter. I actually seen him in the sauna. I know he's struggling, but he's a thick boy. You know what I mean? He's kind of big. So I seen him in the sauna, and I said to him, I was like, "What are you welterweight, lightweight?" And he was like, "Featherweight, brother." And I was like, "No way!" I stood up, and I was like, "Look at me and look at you." And I was like, "How on earth are we the same weight?" And then he just laughed. But I mean,
You're working on it.
yeah, I'm pretty big now though, so I think this is gonna be the perfect type of fight for me to set an example of what I'm actually capable of, because he's extremely good. He has a few knockouts. He's on a bit of a streak at the minute, and yeah, he's a nice guy. I can't say anything bad about him, but I don't underestimate the challenge. I know he's going to be incredibly difficult, but to be honest, I kind of changed the last couple of years. My mentality switched, and I've been working very hard, and I've been in this game for a long time now. Even I was thinking about it as a kid. My best friend from I was like 2 till I was like 12, and we're still friends now. His name's Aiden Walsh, and he just won in the Olympics. He just won a Olympic bronze in boxing,
Oh,
and
wow.
Yeah, he only got removed from an injury. He's an absolute freak of nature, and that's the guys. You know what I mean? He was in my school. He was in my secondary school. We were super close. So I always thought people were just like that, hyper competitive, extremely talented. I was like in school. He used to always beat me to the race, to the end of the playground. But it was me and him. It was me and him way ahead of everyone else. But I was like, why is this one guy just so? He's faster than me. He's better than me. But turns out he's one of the best, boxers in the world. Obviously competing at that level. And I just think it's something that's learned, him and his sister. I think it's something that's learned, that competitive mindset, just constantly be chasing new goals and want to achieve something. And I want to achieve something spectacular, and I want to make a big imprint in the world of MMA. So this is the first step. FCR is one of the best run shows I've ever been a part of. It's so professional. It's so clean. It's so nice. The production's so good. The way they run the fights, the way they get them out smooth. Not too much drama in the audiences and stuff, maybe sometimes, but not too much. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see you guys. I can't wait to experience this again. It's gonna be something special, bro.
Oh, definitely. Well, I mean, that's why we're looking forward to it as well. I think in a sense, it kind of felt like you were missing from the last card. So, I mean, this is a perfect comeback. And you said you're looking to do something spectacular. Based on Adesanya's fights, he's willing to take risks and kind of throw himself into the fire. Like, I mean, he was on thin ice in the first round against Machete, for example.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a nice change of pace for you, fighting someone predominantly a striker who's willing to take risks, who wants to throw down? It's like it seems like most of your game plans have been takedown defense up until now.
Yeah. Almost every one of my fights, Chechens, scary Dagestanis, animals, wrestlers. It's been a lot of defense, and I get a lot of that in my former gym in Fight Academy Ireland. It was phenomenal wrestling training. Do you know what I mean? I had some of the best wrestlers in the country and in the UK just coming at me, wrestling me, and that got me prepared for all of them fights. Now I actually can't wait. I think I'm going to put it on this guy. Cardio, I'm going to put it on him. Cardio, I'm going to put it on him. Wrestling, I'm going to put it on him on the feet as well. If he thinks that, I assume that he's probably going to come into the fight thinking that I'm going to be afraid to completely exchange with him because, he has a lot of power, and that wouldn't be necessarily the best game plan. If you were to look at it on paper, that wouldn't be the best game plan for me. But I think I'll be able to. I think I'll be able to do some stuff. You know what I mean? I think my fight IQ is quite high. I think I understand the situations quite well whenever I'm in there, and I understand how to adjust, and I can come back from anything. So I think I'm going to put it on this guy. I'm going to make him tired. I'm going to make him not want to be in there. I'm going to make him fatigued. I'm going to try and finish him. I'm either on top, ground and pound, either on the feet. I want to catch him. I'm working I'm working a hell of a lot harder than I ever have before, and it's going to continue like that for the rest of my life, or the rest of my career anyway, especially.
Well, I mean, that definitely sounds like all the makings of a great fight. And you mentioned cardio, which has been perhaps some of the critique levied at Adesanya, that he perhaps doesn't really that might be something he needs to work on. Do you see that as your biggest advantage, or is that just one of many?
That's 100. That's one of a few. I'll say that he has the power advantage. I'm not delusional. I understand the risks and dangers of the sport. I don't want to take any contact to the brain unnecessarily. I've had a few months and I haven't had too much contact to the brain, and it's felt very, very good. I feel really astute right now, really on top form physically and mentally. So I think that he'll assume that I won't want to exchange. He'll assume that that's where he has the biggest advantage. But I look forward to experiencing it. He's sitting there right now and he's training as hard as he can to put physical harm in my body, and I'm sitting here right now training as hard as I can to put physical harm in his body. So when the human chess match, or when it all transpires, I think that everyone's going to see that my fight IQ is just so much higher than most people's, and my abilities are going to speak for themselves. From 12 weeks out from this fight, no alcohol, no anything, and to be honest, I don't think I'll ever drink again. I feel extremely close to God. It's been like 4 years since I've been really thinking about religion and God and stuff, and now I just feel like God, weights, training, health is the most important. I feel the best I've ever felt in my life, and I can't wait to perform on FCR February 25th. It's gonna be insane. It is gonna be absolutely insane.
Well, I mean, there you have it. It sounds like your new holy trinity is, I guess, religion, weights, and cardio.
All day, every day. No one's gonna stop me. No one's gonna stop
Uh,
me.
well, I mean, I know I'm hyped. I do know pretty much a full fight card, and this is definitely, one of my must-see fights. But for, your adopted, soon home fans of Sweden, who I'm sure are going to be welcoming you back with open arms, and for all the fans around the world watching in UFC Fight Pass, what's your message for them? Why should they be sure? Just keep their butts glued to the seat during your bout with Adesanya.
Okay, well, if you followed me from the start and you understand the story and you understand everything that's happened in every single scenario, I don't think that there's a single person out there who wouldn't want to follow my story until the end. And this fight is going to show something special. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to sit here and I'm going to eat my words and I'm going to post this and I'm going to say I'm a loser, I'm an idiot. But it has to be something special. I think it's written that way. It's written to be something special. And you know what? If it's not my night, if it's his night, if God favors him or whatever, then it wasn't meant to be that way. But I can feel something special coming. I can feel it being something special. I don't know what. It's a flying knee. If it's a submission, if it's me taking him down, if it's me just experiencing something I've never experienced before, but you couldn't stop me. I'm like, shit. Maybe it's the enormous amount of caffeine that I take per day, but I can't. I'm so excited, so excited to get over here and see my bros.
Yeah, well, we can't wait either. I'm sure the fans can't either. I mean, it's the way that you're hyping it up. It sounds like a weekend song because I feel it coming, and I'm sure that, like you're saying, it's gonna be spectacular. So, and of course, we got the big guns in the house on top of all that. So,
Yeah, and a lot of people want to sit there and post. I'm not even gonna say the guy's name who posted steroid junkie. Hand to God, on my father's memory, I've never taken a steroid in my life. And if anyone wants to blood test me every single day for the rest of my life to show that I've never taken any steroid ever, I would do it. I'm just jacked. These people can't fathom being the type of person who can work 16 to 18 hours a day and train 4 hours and get 4 hours sleep and be up on the Red Bulls getting jacked again. And that's the way it is. They're gonna see. They're gonna see. It's only a few weeks away.
natural selection, and I guess you got that natural energy, which will be driving this fast-paced featherweight bout. So, fans are all around the world. Be sure to tune in. Fight Club Rush 15, Glenn McVeigh versus Vasily Adesanya, only on UFC Fight Pass. Thank you very much for joining us, Glenn, and for all the fans watching. And we will see you guys on the 25th.
See you soon, bro.